Good day, everyone, and welcome to Healing Experiences That Took You Away from Your Light. It's a healing program that I've created through all the learning and growing I've had in 30 years with outside help, and then going into having a near-death experience and having more healing within the light to understand how we bring healing for mental health, past trauma, daily triggers that we have in our life each day that take us away from the best version of who we all desire to be for ourselves, of feeling the pureness of light and unconditional love for ourselves, and then into all things. It's also reconnecting through your inner light, addressing and healing feelings of hate, resentment, shame, guilt, or the experiences that you may still feel today of not being worthy or good enough. Now, before we go into this recording that will give you the outline and understandings that you must have as we go into this session today, please know that for the length of the time, I'll try to make it as short as possible, but with the points that I need each person to understand is to hold the space for this recording for yourself. That is sacred time. You are also going to need a pen and paper or a journal or a book that you can write in. You're going to need it throughout the whole program. So before we even move forward, make sure that you have time right now for yourself, that you're not being distracted, to fully understand the approach that you need to go into my guided meditations through each one, and then having the understandings that I will give in each video, you will then move into a guided meditation connecting to the light in each video that will heal the attachments of the times where we live through abuse or any form of harm that we have done to ourselves, that others have done to us, or that we've done to another. Okay, so make sure you have the time, okay, to listen. If you're a person who is watching off my YouTube channel, please make sure you go through my playlists. And when you go through them, you'll see that they're all in order, okay, for the healing, for my healing program here. So please make sure if you're on my YouTube channel, Jeffrey Saunders with the Pureness of Light Energy, you go to my playlist and you watch them in order as they are there. But if you're watching it on YouTube, also understand that there's nothing I could do in making these to remove the ads. And I know it's very annoying if people are not paying, for that monthly premium to remove ads off YouTube channels, or the videos. There's nothing I can do because I haven't met the requirements of having enough people. Okay, so the ads might pop up. If that is the case, please go to my Facebook group page, Healing Experiences That Took You Away from Your Light, a healing program. And you can also find that in the details of my YouTube video, okay? And I'll have the link there so you can just click on it, but that's the title if you search for it on my Facebook group page. So I posted this freely because these are all the experiences that I went through that freed me from the shame, guilt, hate, resentments, not feeling worthy or good enough, feelings of abandonment, okay, being bullied each year. And what that left was in my life mental health illnesses and trying to take my life since the age of 12 right up to the age of 40, 12 times all throughout that those timelines in my life because I didn't have the proper healing that were needed, which is through energy work. And I had about 150 sessions of therapy throughout my life, group sessions, a psych ward, all these to the darkest part of experiences, that we can experience here. I lived through them in a lifetime of trying to find freedom. And today I live in that freedom. And I know that for each person that is listening to me now, how much I truly care about you because I understand the weight of what we carry of deep suffering and all the suffering above It doesn't have to be the depths of suffering of where I suffered, but that's what I connect with, and everything working its way up that I can connect with people to find forgiveness for ourselves and for those who have placed harm on us. But you have to be ready. You have to be ready that you want to release this weight of these feelings that we carry that keep us separated from the pureness of who we all are. So before we progress, I just need to share that if you are randomly finding this group page with my work that is all posted here in order, this is a part of a package that people pay one-on-one with me for, and then they have a session with me after. I do have it here, and I just ask for $111 Canadian for exchange in my guided healing work. And if you cannot afford that, then whatever exchange for donations is completely fine with me. In exchange for this work that I have left freely for all those who are seeking to feel the transformation of darkness that we carry and into light. So you will see a post that you can leave a donation in exchange for my work as you go down the group page wall. So as we move forward, it's having your book, your paper and pen handy to write these down. Understand that if you go through what I am guiding you to go through and the work that you need to do and you don't do any of these, or you're not doing one of them and the thinking mind tells you, no, I don't have to do this, I've done this before, or it doesn't seem like a big deal, know that you are already putting yourself in a space of not gaining 100% out of what this is. And for those people who have done 100% and following through these points I'm going to show you next, people have completed it and had freedom of mental health illnesses by going through this, of healing the pain and suffering of what they have done in their lives, okay, and what was done to them, in releasing the feeling, which are vibrational frequencies attached to your soul body within your human vessel that is learning, growing, and evolving through these human experiences here. Okay. And we're releasing and removing these lower vibrational energies that are attached to us within that we're constantly feeling and thinking and then being triggered in moments to act out in ways that are not of our highest good. And then we put ourselves more in a space of shame and guilt and hating ourselves or being angry at ourselves. And it's all lower vibrational energies of consciousness that is trying to keep us stuck because we haven't healed the experiences of what we lived through in our past. Okay. So I have 6 points that I want to share with you guys, and I want you to write these out in your book now with these 6 points. I'm going to put it on the video so that you can see them and write them out and follow these steps. Those that I had sessions with of people after that reached out to me, I asked them, and some of them told me that they didn't either, with some of these points I'm going to give you, they didn't follow them. And don't expect much from my series if you're not going to be 100%, 110% into doing this for your highest good. Okay. So I am here again of pure unconditional love, of having the wisdom and knowledge I've gained to then bring it all and give it all back after a lifetime of suffering and finding freedom in my life. Okay. And to feel it is instant transformation when we bring healing and allowing us to want to connect to the core of the light of unconditional love and eternal wisdom to move through us with gaining new perspectives as you go through each of my sessions, okay? But these are the points that I want you to write down. You must use headphones. This is the first point. Because what happens is there's outside distractions that will take you away from what you're listening to, and then you're not hearing what I'm saying. And every word that I'm saying in these guided meditations are to gain higher perspectives of the truth that take us away from the false beliefs that we carried through our personal experiences of the past, and we are bringing healing to those. So wearing headphones is going to make a difference if you're in a place, that doesn't have headphones or you can't get them or use them. Well, then I understand that. Okay. So it is a must. If you have access, make sure you grab headphones to go through my recorded series. Okay. The second point is when you go through my first recording, seeing the truth of our life's reflection. At the end of that recording, I am guiding you and showing you on video on how to write out in point form the harm that was done to you, the harm that you've done to yourself, and the harm you've done to others. These are all vibrational frequencies of each experience that is attached as a layer to your soul that is here learning and growing through this human experience, and it is what we're feeling. So you have to write them all out in point form, and it's going to take a little bit of time, okay? But it's giving unconditional love to yourself, and you'll hear all that in the first video when you go through it. You must write them all out. And again, having sessions with people after, and they told me they didn't even do that. And I kind of shake my head, but not in a way to put anyone down. It's just if you're not following what I have here, don't expect much when you see other people having these transformations of being freed. They followed everything because everything serves a purpose. Okay, so make sure that you write everything out because it's going to be a part of the program. As you go through more sessions, you're going to need them all written out and to be able to see them because I'm going to bring healing to those experiences. Okay. So for the third point, it's having a quiet space to do each recorded session. Again, this is a must. You can't have any distractions around you, and you need to be fully present to receive the healings I will guide each person through in each of these recordings. The fourth point is sometimes people fall asleep or nod off during the recordings. If this is happening, you're not gaining the healing by falling asleep. You must be fully conscious and hearing and going to put yourself through these recordings. Okay. You must redo it and be fully awake. And if you're falling asleep, I tell people to lay down in the recordings. Okay. When I recorded them, if you're someone that needs to sit up or like lean back on a recliner a bit or something, please do that. Okay. If you need to have some coffee or something beforehand that will help you to stay awake, please do that. If you're in a space where a certain time of the day you're more awake and fully awake, then do these recordings at that time. This is not work to do before bedtime and to listen to. Okay, you must be fully conscious. So being fully awake, okay, in doing so is very important. And to think that you listened to it and you missed a few things, please do it again. Everything serves a purpose as you go through each of these recordings. Okay, so the fifth point, when you're writing things out, you must allow your wall down and to see the truth of your life. Okay, so when you're writing things out again, when you go through that first video that you're going to go through, you have to let your wall down. It is so important because people will write things out at times, but they're not being honest with themselves. Okay. You must be honest with yourself for the things that you have lived through and the actions that you have done to yourself and others when you write them out. Because sometimes when I've had sessions with people, they're not being completely honest with themselves. Okay. So allow yourself to be vulnerable and know that it is the pureness of light and unconditional love that you're going through these sessions to bring healing to it. Vulnerability is the key to our freedom since my healing journey started at the age of 17. Okay, I had to learn to be vulnerable and be truthful. And that's what brought me into who I am today to have that understanding. Okay, and now for the last point, it's understanding the human mind gets in the way of the eternal truth to what is. So as you go through each recording, I want you to listen first to the recording, and I want you to write down the alignments that you're hearing in each video as you're going through it. I want you to listen to the words that I'm saying. And as you listen to the words that I'm saying, I want you to write down in your journal the alignments to what I'm saying that is of a higher perspective of the eternal truth to what is, and aligning it to your own personal experiences. Okay. And as you go through, if you're not aligning to something and you go through the guided meditation in it, you're not going to receive the healing for your experiences because you're not aligning to the eternal truth to what I'm sharing. So if you need to listen to a bit and you need to absorb, pause the video, absorb what I'm saying, write down in your journal, okay, how it aligns to your experience of what I'm saying so that you have the alignment to it, to each experience that is within each video, okay? After you listen to it to the first time, then the second time, after doing that process, you're going to listen to it the second time. You're going to hear the alignments, you have the understandings. And then when you go into the guided meditation, the second time, you're going to align to what is being said. So that way you can embrace the words that are being said in each guided meditation. Okay, this is very important. You must go through each of the recordings 2 times. The first time, writing things out in alignment to what I'm saying, pausing the video, rewinding it. If you have to listen to a little bit to align to your personal experiences to gain the higher perspective of the eternal truth and light to what I am saying, so that you have the understandings to listen. And then when you connect to the light in my recording, then your soul will be able to cleanse those attachments from you. Okay. Super, super important. So as you have these understandings, okay, it's basically, again, just being fully awake, going into the sessions, using headphones, having time set aside for yourself where it is quiet. It's being honest with your actions, of the sins, of the experiences you've lived through. Okay. Allow yourself to be honest. Surrendering yourself, surrendering your experiences to the light with complete openness and honesty. It's going to be life changing as you go through this experience. Okay. And completing my program. The more you embrace the words that are being said when you're going through the guided meditations and in alignment to what I am saying, this is where the power comes within us that will release, like I said, those lower vibrational frequencies. And that is the feelings, shame, guilt, not feeling worthy or good enough, all these feelings of resentments that we hold on to, they all keep us in a lower state of being. All right. And if you're a person going through this, then obviously you want to be freed from that. Now, before I let you go, the one last thing I want to share is it is important. I'm going to show you some testimonials that people have left after completing my series. They followed 110% of everything I just shared with you. And I'm sharing some of these testimonials that have been written so that you can see what happens when you fully embrace yourself into my healing program. Okay. You can see the changes that have happened for people, and it's instant transformation. As crazy as what that sounds, that is exactly what it is, because when we heal these lower attachments of those experiences we lived through, it instantly releases from us. The feelings are no longer attached. We feel different as we move forward, feeling more light, more joy, more love for ourselves, and more love for life. in rising back up into the eternal truth to who we all are within these beautiful bodies that we're living and experiencing life in this earth plane. Okay, so I'm going to just leave about 3 seconds. If you go through each one, it's letting you know that as you go through my series, and if you have thoughts that take you away from wanting to finish or thinking this is not going to work, these people did it. And it's just here for you to see, okay, to give you more support to help you through my guided series. So I will leave you with that to go through these, and then you will start your first recording, seeing the truth of our life's reflection, and you will see the posts are all in order in the title. Okay. And I look forward to connecting with each of you in my recordings and bringing the pureness of divine light energy to each of my friends that wish to be freed from what we've lived through. All my love, I am Jeffrey Saunders with the pureness of light energy.